Hello, everyone. I'm just going to talk about our DSS, SSS, and how they have turned themselves into toothless bulldogs that are being used by politicians and their wives of politicians and people with little power or anyhow kind of person with some sort of authority or anything, using them indiscriminately to oppress and suppress citizens. The DSS, also known as SSS, State Security Service, right? They also call themselves Department of State Security Service or something like that. They really need to be ashamed of themselves. Absolute shame. The president of the Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria was threatened by terrorists when they did the jailbreak. DSS was nowhere to be found. SSS was nowhere to be found. They were hiding like cowards that they usually are, hiding in whatever place they were in. They were nowhere. A whole president of Nigeria was threatened by some terrorists when they did that jailbreak. They said they will even come and carry our own president. We didn't see the might of SSS. We didn't see the might of DSS. It is when it comes to carrying little children in their school, people like Aminu, that's when they will flex. That's when they will stand up. Or when they want to oppress citizens with their guns. The other day, I went to an event we were supposed to go in. There were some DSS people who were guarding the place. I'm not going to mention the name of the place. And then these guys were forming, they asked people to stand outside, and I was quietly standing. One time, someone asked me to go in. I was like, no, for me, a rule is a rule. If anything is being done, let everybody be given equal treatment. We were sitting down where Jejely, one of those, I think that person used to be a minister or something like that, though I'm very poor with remembering all of these people, came in and they allowed him in. And I went to them like, what's happening? If you're asking everybody to stand, everybody needs to stand. I was like, then if you're allowing people to go in, then I need to allow people in. The next thing, this guy started talking, and I said, that guy, calm down. And because you carry a gun, what do you want to do? You go here, say terrorists, they here now, kidnappers, they here now. You go drop this gun, go hide. Shamelessly hide. What do you want to do? You carry a gun, you go keep it and wait till that come. All of us were already dead in Nigeria. That's the only thing they know how to do, how to oppress people. But the real activities, the real function that they were set up to do, they are nowhere to be found. Let me read that roles and function of SSS. The State Security Service is enabled to perform its roles and function chiefly by the instrument SSS number 1 of 1999, made pursuant to Section 6 of the National Security Agencies NSA Act 1986 Cap 74 LFN 2004. It is I'm reading this from their website too. It is worthy to note that over the years, other decrees, Decree number 16 of 1976 and Decree 19 of 1986, charge the agency with roles and functions that are very similar in content. These include, but not limited to, the following. A. Prevention and detection of any crime against the internal security of Nigeria. SSS, shameless as shameless can be. You allowed yourself to be toothless bulldog that are being used by anybody in power, any party in power, anybody, wife or whatever, relative or son or child or whatever of anybody in power. Yet the whole of Nigeria is a crime scene itself, because every day people are doing different things that are a crime in our country. You're not able to do anything. You're supposed to prevent and detect of any crime against internal security of Nigeria. We are kidnapped, we are killed, everything is happening, there's insecurity is happening, yet SSS will not focus its energy on combating and battling that insecurity. Is to oppress citizens and be going to school to go and carry. So you carried all your machinery and left Abuja and went to a school to go and pick up a child, and now you are feeling you've done something. You should be ashamed. That's what they call shame. Not supposed to follow on our body. Small picky, then you're not packed in and you were feeling like what? That you've done something. Where are all those terrorists that are killing us, kidnappers that are kidnapping people? Well, go to the bush and bring them. We will hail you when you do that. People that are affecting the internal security of this country, go and pick them up. We will hail you. But this one, you should be ashamed of yourself. B. protection and prevention of all non-military classified matters concerning internal security of Nigeria. Are you doing any of that? Are you protecting and preserving all non-military classified matters? No. You're busy carrying handbags for politicians and their wives. You're busy fighting their war, doing proxy war on their behalf. If somebody says something about them, you go and pick them up. Somebody says that the first lady has grown fat on the wealth of the poor people, and you stood up, pack your office, and somebody actually gave a directive. Whoever your director is, they should be ashamed of himself. Even if they give you that kind of directive, you should be able to look at the first lady and say, madam, no, this is not part of our duty. But of course, now we have slaves. MUs, all you do is to be doing pimp. They'll be using you people anyhow. They do sa. I don't even blame them. It's not one of you the other day, somebody sent you to go and carry money and give a girlfriend in a lobby, in a no, not in a hotel garage. I think that's the one that they found that money at husband towers, abi whatever. All of this nonsense. This is what you do instead of securing Nigeria. You all be ashamed of yourselves. See, another of your roles, so which does not include going to pick up citizens just because they say something about a first lady. Call first lady. Was she voted into office of a first lady? I no blame you now. See, prevention, detection, and investigation of threats of espionage, subversion, sabotage, terrorism, separatist agitation, intergroup conflicts, economic crimes of national security dimension, and threats to law and order. All over Nigeria, people are paying tax to terrorists, yet we don't have SSS. Is nowhere to be found. You just wear your black, wear your what is it that they even wear? Is it mask? Put their mask, face mask, and they be feeling. See the person be working, he be carrying body for citizens. Go and carry body for terrorists. Go and carry body for kidnappers. Go and carry body for all of those people that have not allowed us to have peace in Nigeria. When you do that, we will hail you. We will clap for you. We will say chop knuckle. We will give you booster. But the one you are going about oppressing innocent citizens, we will say to you, she. What's the next one? Provision of protective security for designated principal government functionaries, sensitive installations, and visiting dignitaries. Is that even that one? Are you even doing it very well? Now they carry guns, just they kick people all over the place. Kai. We really need good governance in this Nigeria. We need people with competence, character, capacity. People that do not have inferiority complex. People that are not leadership misroad. They found themselves in place where they thought they would never be before, and all of a sudden they will start oppressing and suppressing people all over the place. The fifth one is provision of timely advice to government on all matters of national security interest. Well, are you providing advice? See, all of us, we are just sitting there. Everybody's sitting duck. We are all sitting ducks. You are there. All you're doing is busy carrying people all over the place. And then such other functions as may from time to time be assigned to. And I'm sure such other function, this thing that set you up was not talking about you going to oppress citizens, pick up a young boy from school because he did a Facebook post. It's not your mate that put out the Facebook. Can't you use your head and bring out something? You're there picking up little children all over the place. You're oppressing people. That's all you know how to do. You carry it and then you be beating the person. Drop that gun and drop that uniform and fight the citizen now. They don't go beat the hell out of you guys. You sit down. You have the authority of the state that people respect you for that. Because of that, people have to obey what you say, listen to you and respect you. And then you're abusing it. You know, at this Nigeria, we're going to get good governance. So, you people think you people like magic. We will have good governance, and all of this nonsense that you people are used to will stop. It will stop. There will be real reform, where the allegiance of our security agencies will not be to the president and the ruling party and everybody that is attached to it, but to Nigeria and Nigerians and the Constitution. Where someone from the DSS, the SSS will be able to look at the president and say, Mr. President, that's not what I'm supposed to do. I will not do it. It is your mate that when you have I think it was Trump that was asking that they should drive him to certain distance. They said no. We will have strong institutions in this Nigeria. None are the watcher. By the grace of God, we will have that strong institutions. And it will shock you now. e go do na like magic. Because this Nigeria must work in our lifetime. This Nigeria belongs to all of us. Not some people that think that, oh, because they have access to the wealth and they are looting wealth anyhow, they are packing it and enriching themselves. All of a sudden, they are telling people that people cannot talk. This power is transient. You cannot do more than 8 years. It's not Nigeria. By the grace of God, you cannot do more than 8 years. After 8 years, you will leave. Somebody else will be there. And Nigeria will remain by the grace of God. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. When we are no longer here, others will continue that message. This Nigeria, it must work in our lifetime by the grace of God.